the Soviet defense industry had produced a variety of powerful weapons capable of seriously threatening American and Allied forces. Expensive costs and constantly changing needs prevent them from entering mass production, but the technological achievements are still being inherited to develop more super weapons for the Russian army in the 21st century. In 1967, when the US Army was using the Corona reconnaissance satellite to scan Soviet territory, they discovered something unusual. At first, when looking at the satellite image, they thought it was a giant plane, but soon they discovered that its wings were too short to fly. This giant vehicle had the flag of the Soviet Navy on the airframe. So what is it in essence? Perhaps it was a new design or some kind of amphibian vehicle. When the veil was rebuilt, with all information we know, this was an experimental project developed in the Soviet Union in the 1960s called Experimental Ground Effect Vehicle, ekranoplan, or KM, known colloquially as the Caspian Sea Monster. The KM project was led by chief designer Rostislav Alexeyev and the lead engineer Vitaly Efimov. Although it resembles an aircraft, but it was identified as a maritime ship and entered service in the Soviet Navy, but was operated by a test pilot of the Soviet Air Force. The KM entered service in 1966 and was repeatedly tested until 1980, when it was destroyed by accident during an experiment and sank in the Caspian Sea. Ekranoplan is considered as a unique military technology wonder, representing Soviet defense science and technology. The ekranoplan is one of the most unique flying vehicles ever developed. Not only for the purpose of transporting troops, this vehicle was also equipped with anti-ship missiles with tremendous destructive power. The discovery of the Caspian Sea Monster during the height of the Cold War prompted the CIA to quickly form a special task force and develop the Aqualight UAV, just to find out its purpose. The KM was notable for its massive size and payload, becoming the largest aircraft in the world when it was completed in 1966. The KM has a wingspan of 37.6 meters, a length of 92 meters, a maximum takeoff weight of 544 tons, and was designed to fly at an altitude of 5 to 10 meters to use the ground effect. KM had a crew of 5 and could accommodate 50 people in the cabin. Despite technically being an aircraft, it was considered to be closer to a boat. This was because of its wing in ground effect design to fly several meters above surfaces, which allows for very efficient sustained high-speed flight. It can be operated on any large flat space, including ice. But with a monster over 500 tons, operating on the sea will be safer and easier. The KM was also undetectable to many radar systems, as it flew below the minimum altitude of detection, and too high to sonar sensors to be able to detect, and the torpedoes can't do anything either. KM was equipped with 10 Dobrynin VT7 turbojet engines, producing 127.53 kN thrust each. In tests, this monster was able to reach a top speed of 500 km per hour, a cruise speed of 430 km per hour, a range of 1,500 km. Several models have been built based on the KM experimental project. Among the ekranoplan family, the Lun-class MT-160 is most famous, being used in the Soviet Navy as well as the Russian Navy from 1987 until the early 1990s. Compared with the KM, Lun was smaller in size with a length of 73.8 meters, wingspan of 44 meters. The height was 19.2 meters. The draft was 2.5 meters. The empty weight was 286 tons. The maximum takeoff weight was 380 tons. The crew consists of 15 people, including 6 officers. Thanks to 8 cool nests of NK-87 turbofans engines, with a capacity of 127.4 kN each, this monster can travel at a maximum speed of 550 km per hour, cruise speed of 450 km per hour, range of 2,000 km. Designed for anti-surface ship missions, Lun carries 6 P-270 Mosquito supersonic anti-ship cruise missiles, mounted in pair on the dorsal surface of its fuselage, with advanced tracking systems mounted in its nose and tail. Each Mosquito has a range of 120 km and carries a powerful explosive weight weighing 300 kg. Mosquitoes can reach a top speed of Mach 3 and a cruiser speed of Mach 2.2. The main goal of this weapon was the US carrier groups. 3 Mosquitoes were enough to neutralize or even sink an aircraft carrier. Subsidiary armament includes 2 23mm PL-23 cannon in a twin-tail turret and 2 23mm PL-23 cannon in the twin turret under forward missile tubes. The MT-160 can approach its target at speeds far beyond conventional ships, while its cruise altitude was only 4 meters above sea level, making it nearly impossible to detect by the warship radar. Like many other Soviet weapons projects, the expensive construction and operation costs kept the Lun-class ekranoplan from mass production and early disqualification. The Soviet Union planned to create 8 such ekranoplan, but only 1 was completed. The MT-160 entered service with the Black Sea Fleet in 1987. It was retired in the late 1990s and sat unused at a naval station in Caspian Sea until 2020. After a long waiting period, this vehicle was scheduled to move to Patriot Park for display. After arriving at Patriot Park, the Lun-class MT-160 will surely become the top wonder here. The designers at the MT-160 have announced that they are developing a modern version of ekranoplan since 2015. On the basis of the Caspian Sea Monster, the Russian army is currently developing a new seaplane called the A050 Chakachoo. Thanks to the use of modern materials, the Chakachoo weighs only 54 tons, although it can still accommodate 100 soldiers or 9 tons of cargo. Thanks to the new aircraft engines, Chaka will accelerate up to 450 km per hour. Service ceiling is 3,000 meters. Not only gliding on water, it can work on almost any type of terrain, ice or plains. The range is up to 5,000 km. It will also be armed with missiles to protect the Northern Sea route as well as to patrol the Black Sea and Caspian Seas, according to Russian Minister of Trade and Industry Denis Manturov. It is reported that Chakachoo is proposed to be armed with BrahMos anti-ship missiles, turning it into a high-speed attack complex. The A050 Chakachoo is expected to enter service before 2022. My video of Caspian Sea Monster ends here. Thank you for watching. If you find this video interesting, please give me your thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to support the channel. Goodbye and see you again.